Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Incompetent Nerds. My name is Mark, and I'm back with our hosts, Tank and D, and we have a very special guest, Gary Hughes, comedian, professional extraordinaire. Gary, say what's up to the people.
What's good with y'all? I hope y'all safe out there, man.
Welcome to the show, Gary.
Welcome to the show. It's going to be great. I can feel it already.
Thank you, D, for your positive vibes. Well, this is Incompetent Nerds, so first thing we ask everybody at Incompetent Nerds, Gary, is what are you a nerd about?
I'm a nerd about football and Friends, the show, sadly. As well as, you know what? Just because of the times, I'm going to balance it out. I'm going to say football and the show Martin. There you go.
Okay.
So with Friends, fuck it, you know?
You
fuck with it, you know?
Yeah, I ain't going to lie. Yeah, I do fuck with it.
So how did you become a nerd about those two things?
About those two things? Well, football, I'm from Oakland, and sports in any impoverished spot, I'm getting deep, but sports in any impoverished spot, it shows you leadership, it shows you commitment to something, it shows you a lot of discipline about stuff you use in life. So that's why a lot of people in impoverished areas, they gravitate towards sports. It's just such a huge thing about life, kind of like playing chess. But yeah, anyway, so that's how I got into football. This is a fun game to play. I could play it and I don't have to use my brain really. Yeah. And Friends, oh man, Friends, you know, I ain't gonna lie, Friends growing up, it was I don't know, I fantasized about TV a lot, and I always saw it as real life, and Friends was just so cool like that dynamic between those six people. And I always wanted, like, I don't know, I just always wanted a life like that, romance and everything. I'm a hopeless romantic, deep down, but in reality, I'm just a dog.
Hey, it gets like that sometimes, you know?
I ain't gonna lie, yeah, I'm just a dog in reality. but deep down, I want to treat every woman with respect.
I love how you can't even get through the sentence without
and not use them and everything. Make sure they appreciate it, but in reality, yeah, you know, yeah. So that's how I got into that.
I got you.
What was it like growing up in Oakland?
Oh, it was fun. I had a great time growing up in Oakland. I grew up in a great neighborhood. People think most of Oakland is a rough neighborhood, but that's definitely not true. Mm-hmm. A lot of the neighborhoods are very beautiful places. You can see yourself raising a kid in and all that stuff. And I had a great time. My childhood was the best thing of my life, and I'm probably gonna say that till I die. My childhood was very fun. I had a great time. Yeah, it was cool, man. A lot of sports. We played the ass tag. A lot of people didn't do that growing up. They didn't play ass tag with the girls in the neighborhood. Yeah, like now it'd be very problematic, but playing ass tag was a huge thing for us. We meet up at night at the park, and you know, and the girl with the biggest ass had the fastest legs, so you couldn't catch her. But all the fat girls, you could catch them, but that's like tagging a duffel bag. So it was like, he was like, yeah. So play ass tag, you know, yeah, it's just like four guys trying to group up on this one. It sounds bad, but again, it's strategic. It teaches about life, hunting in the jungle. It teaches you how to make a plan, execute, teamwork.
Yeah, you're right. It's a lot of positive things that come from it, even though you'll be Me Too now in 2020. But it's all good.
Man, you ain't lying. Yeah, I had fun in Oakland. I had so much fun in Oakland. We used to do all kind of stuff. Every time I go to my neighborhood, I get so nostalgic and everything. So yeah, I love Oakland. I don't know about it now. People don't like it now, but I really had fun, man. I had a good time.
Has it changed since you've grown up, you think?
Oh yeah, of course. You know, that's why I realized that's the world. That was the little kid in me, like thinking nothing would change. I moved out of Oakland when I was like in 6th grade, and I remember crying so bad. I was crying. I never moved anywhere in my life, and I was crying so hard. I was so confused. I didn't know what was gonna happen. But change happens, and I've become very versatile with change. You know, sort of great adapter to things that change. I kind of look forward to change. But yeah, Oakland's very different, obviously, because the tech industry and everybody moving in there. You know, you go to Oakland now, everybody from Wyoming or Idaho or something else, Minneapolis or something. And it's all good. I ain't got no problem with that. I ain't got no problem with people coming in. I just got a problem with people coming in and not kissing the ring to people that were already there and shops that were there and the culture that was there and trying to bring in their kind of culture, Lululemons and all that shit in there. It's crazy. But yeah, I love Oakland. Yeah, it's great. It's very different, but yeah, it's different. It's different now.
Yeah, and I guess in general, it's like whenever people come to a new city, state, or country, I feel like you really just have to show respect to the culture there instead of trying to change every single thing. So I'm definitely on board with you. It's like, you have to pay respect to everything.
Yeah, no, honestly, yeah. And I know it's such a thin line between the topic because, I like change and I like people coming and revamping the style and bringing their culture into it and all that stuff. And that's great, it's some problem. It's just something iffy with it. And I can't put my finger on it exactly, but it's something iffy with it.
I get that.
Something iffy. That's hilarious. Why Friends versus other shows? Because there's other shows about a groups of people who get along, but what was it specifically about Friends?
I definitely had other shows. I grew up big on Boy Meets World. Boy Meets World was a big one.
Love
Topanga.
Boy Meets World, man.
Shout out to Topanga.
Oh man, Topanga, you crazy? Oh man, I love Topanga.
Me too, man.
Man, it was crazy. But Boy Meets World was a little bit more darker, more serious than Friends. It was a lot of episodes. Well, yeah, a lot of episodes. What happened with his friend Sean? He's always, he always had dad issues. I always related with that. Had dad issues. Sean always run away. I don't know. Their studio audience wasn't as popping as Friends, I guess. It was much more. It was a little darker, man. I don't know. It was a little darker. But Friends, as I grew older, it just the situations in life. Just helped me out. I grew up on TV. TV is like a father to me or a parent, guardian to me. So watching shows always helped me out. And TV, Friends is a big part, that it was just one of them booming shows. And you're like, what's the iffy about this? And it's something that goes from generation to generation. Even the younger generation now, they love Friends. And you're like, wow, that's crazy how that just translates from generation to generation. But Friends, it's just something about it. I think it's the comedic part, comedy. I like Chandler. I'm just like Chandler, actually. In any tense situation, I tend to try to make fun of it. I tend to try to make a joke, even though it's inappropriate. I tend to make a joke. I was on this mic and out there, the riots and everything, yesterday. And I go to, I'm like, oh, I'm in a hotel. I got these towels. I'm gonna steal this, y'all. This is called passive looting. And no one laughed. I thought it was hilarious.
That was fucking amazing. Oh, shit.
I thought that shit was funny. And he was not fucking with it. And I just put the dog back on because white people love dogs. So I showed the dog and they got to try to get the energy back up, just point the camera at the dog.
Wait, so white people mad that you said that?
No, I don't think they were mad, but the energy in the room during this time, it's just like I'm trying to create a joke about it. I'm trying to figure out how can I use my expertise to help the situation. I can't donate all my money to the situation. I can't really march. I'm not a big march person. And so I'm just trying to figure out other ways to go about it. I can't march every day, and stuff like that. So I was trying to figure out. I was like, maybe my humor is like my thing. I feel like not too deep, but I feel like that's like my calling. So I was trying to do that. Yeah, this march has been like a lot of people's calling. This protest has been people, they feel like this is what they're here for. Now they have some purpose to their life. And I feel like humor and comedy is my purpose. So I was trying to put that joke out there. But the energy is, you know how it is when you bomb at the mic. It's no big deal. You just keep moving. The joke, you just keep the jokes going. But yeah, nobody was fucking with that. I just came up with that joke, and I was just like, it's just a fucking stupid. Yeah. Anyway,
I think it's an amazing joke. You know, I would have fucking cried laughing if you would have said that shit.
They was fucking with it. Maybe they mic was off or something. I don't know. They wasn't. I was at the Zoom faces, like 22 people in that bitch. They was not smiling. So, you know.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
that
happened. Yeah,
I can think of a lot of people that do passive looting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all do that shit. I stole shampoo and shit like that before at a damn hotel and shit. Like, yeah.
Is it stealing though? Like, I don't know.
Kinda is.
No way.
You paid for
It
the
is.
room.
It's so stealing.
You're supposed to use it. Like it doesn't say like you gotta use it when you're in the room.
They complimentary fucking treats that you're there for when you get your room. Those are just treats for you to use, and even if you don't use them, you just take them with you.
Exactly.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
D, don't fucking
My
lie.
sister
Your ass done went to a hotel rooms a few times and took the washcloths.
I have, but when does the line stop? Like, so is everything in the hotel room like good to take?
The
So I can
line
take
stops
the fucking
if you try to walk out with the exactly. If you try to walk
The
out with a
hair dryer.
mattress,
The hair dryer's the line.
the hair dryer that's attached to the fucking wall, or a lamp.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I saw a show and they was trying to get their money back through that. So they were doing stuff like instead of taking the lamp, they took the light bulbs and stuff like batteries out the remote. You know, you try to take stuff that's subtle. Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh shit.
That's how you gotta do that.
So batteries is cool, but you can't take like lamps and like, televisions and shit. So that's where the line's from. All right, I got y'all.
Yeah, I got a microwave in mine. I might take something from that.
Let me unplug
take
this
apart
bitch real
something.
quick.
Oh man. D, Gary, where are you at now? What are you doing?
We just got here to Seattle, Washington.
Okay. Have you ever been?
Nah, this is my first time here. My homie, he out and about taking photos. He wanted to come through here. I wanted to come through here as well, but he wanted to come through. He was a huge Gary Payton's Sonics fan back when they was here.
Oh yeah.
Seattle Sonics. And I'm from Oakland, Gary Payton from Oakland. So I was like, yeah, for sure. I mean, I've never been up here, and Seattle's one of them places you saw on all like TV shows and movies that just seemed like a cool spot. And yeah, I'm here. I'm supposed to meet up with another comic after this that I met off of Zoom. I'm supposed to meet up with her and chill with her. So yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's good up here. They got a good vibe. We'll see what happens at night because I heard the protests have been interesting. So we'll see.
Has stuff been like open across I guess from Oakland to Seattle since
Up the Northwest? Yeah. Some stuff has been open. Restaurants, yeah. Actually, in Monterey, they had a restaurant that was like now doing dine-in, little mom and pop. Excuse me. They had a little mom and pop up there that was open. So it's some places reopening up, and it's interesting to just see who taking this COVID serious. Some places you didn't see no mask. In Ventura, it was no mask. They didn't have
Really?
Yeah, Ventura, right there, right down the road from you. It was like no mask at all, and I was so tripped out. Everybody was on the beach. Yes, Eureka, kind of the same way. It's different to see other counties how they take this COVID thing. But yeah, it's cool. I like it. It's a great time to be on a road trip. Be honest with you.
That's true. That's cool. I think a lot of people are gonna go on a road trip this summer because it's not like you can travel internationally anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, if the hotels let you stay, some hotels, it was like only one hotel that was like, that inquired while we were there. And my homie, we just think of something on the fly, like business, something like that.
Just one word, business.
Business, yeah.
They're like, all right.
They give you money, we're not, yeah, come on, yeah. It's nothing essential. Or maybe it is essential. My homie's actually, he's like homeless. Kind of. Not really, but in the technical sense of it, yeah.
Wait, so what does that mean?
Well, I went to L.A. we started from L.A. because that's where he lived, and he was moving all his stuff into the storage spot, and he works behind the scenes on TV, and he was going to hit the road trip and just kind of just road trip for a week or two, and then go back, and hopefully the TV jobs will start. And because of what's happening with COVID, TV, they're going to have all the people behind the scenes in the hotel, so he would be able to get put in the hotel and kind of live from there rather than buying a place. Last time he bought a place, and then he went 8 months in China on like Top Chef, and it was like he's paying rent for a place he wasn't at, so he just doesn't want to do that. He's trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
It's like a weird freelance situation.
Yeah, that's what it kind of is. So technically, and that's exempt now. I saw it in San Francisco. I saw it at all the places. If you're homeless, it's fine. So we'll just say that. Yeah,
That's hilarious.
it's beautiful.
What do you do for work, Gary?
I work at a coffee shop back in San Francisco. I work at Pete's. I work at Pete's Coffee.
Pete's Coffee? Oh, my girlfriend would love that.
She works at Pete's?
No, she loves Pete's. Like, that's like the one coffee shop she likes over Starbucks.
Oh yeah, it's only one in Santa Clarita though.
Yeah, look at this guy knowing all the Pete's locations.
There's only one over there by that Red Robin.
Yeah.
Oh shit. It's only one. I tried to apply to it. They wouldn't even fuck with me. But no, I used to work at Starbucks over on Turney and Magic Mountain and Turney Road. That drive-through. Yeah, I used to be over there. So yeah, Starbucks around Santa Clarita. But yeah, I work at Pete's in San Francisco, and I'm trying to transition into tech. Maybe we'll see.
Tech is where
That's
it's
the-
at.
Yeah.
Me and Tank, we're both in the tech field.
Hey, you feel me? I see y'all, man. That's smart. I majored in theater, and and so I'm a passionate person. I just kind of I believe in myself and everything. But while I'm doing this stepping stone job, I was like, yo, might as well just take a class right now. All these startups probably stopped, and they're gonna need people when they start back up.
100%.
Yeah. I'm taking like this Google IT automation with Python class online. Get a certificate for that. Then trying to just get into some more languages, maybe Java. Who knows? Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. I'll figure it out. So.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. And it's a really good field.
A good tip and a heads up where a lot of people will love you is PowerShell. Automation with PowerShell.
Yeah.
That right there.
You said PowerShell?
PowerShell. Windows PowerShell. I'm telling you right now, homie. You take those classes, learn that shit to a T, show off to any IT personnel that you're trying to get into, they're going to love you. And I think because it's part coding and automation, you will get a pretty penny.
Yeah.
Hey.
I want to say...
And that's like out the gate.
I want to say with some IT service knowledge, because a lot of IT is mainly service desk that right now that's it, and it's not a coding. So you won't get that high fucking 5-figure or 6-figure coding salary. But you could at least, I think, with PowerShell under your belt and some customer service, experience. Like, you don't need to learn IT to help people. They really want people with a customer service background that could deal with people, and then they'll train you and how to this is what you can do when troubleshooting a computer issue or a mouse issue or whatever. But if you have that PowerShell, I want to say you could probably make, depending on where you're at, between 60 to 80 G's. But
Yeah. That's good. I could use that. I'm trying to transition. You get my own money and transition into the creative field. So yeah, that's all I need. Be relaxed. Fuck yeah. Hey.
Yeah, and I definitely think that you'll thrive there because in the IT community, we pretty much go with people that are highly skilled, but they don't really have social skills. But with PowerShell under your field, they need people to actually be able to communicate with other people as well as do the performance of the actual job. So, dude, you'll fucking crush it.
Yeah, the stereotype that they only hire people who are not sociable in IT is bullshit. They want people who are sociable. Easy to chat with people, because if you get the person that's not sociable, they'll just stay stagnant and they are really not helpful, and they tend to fall out to the wayside. So if you're a people person, and it sounds like you are, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I love people.
Yeah.
I sent some sarcasm in there.
Man, I work with a lot of coffee people, and so I'm done with coffee people. So coffee people they're another
a whole breed.
animal.
Yeah, nothing like dealing with Karen at 7:00 in the morning.
Yeah, I'm curious. What's the coffee vibe at Pete's?
Oh man,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna even just coffee. Period. I'm gonna tell you when I first started at Starbucks, I had a YouTube video I made just of the customers. I hated people that came through the drive-through for ice waters and shit. That was ridiculous. Late waiting in line just for water. I hated people that said one thing at the intercom but said a different thing at the window. I wish I had a stenographer every time they said something because they I asked for that ice. No, you did it. No, you did not. You take it personal almost. White people love old white people love foam for some reason. They love
What?
big ass. They like 2 cups of foam on the side. They're a big bubble bath type of people. They I don't know. It's just like it's weird. It's so weird. They ask for a cappuccino, they want all foam, and they don't even look at it. They just lift it up and be like, "Yeah, can you remake that?" You make so many drinks with them fucking coffee people. I'm not big on coffee. I just like I don't know the technicality of like, oh, it's from this dual region and all that stuff. When they ask me those questions, we just be nagging at this point, man. We just be like, yo, we tired of these people, man. We hate these people.
Can I just say one thing? Of all the old people of different ethnicities I know, and it comes to coffee, they're just so basic. Coffee, maybe cream and sugar, and that's it. And that's all to hear old white people asking for the shit ton of foam, that actually makes me fucking laugh.
Yeah, man, my place, the Pete's I work at is like in Pac Heights, Pacific Heights, and that's where, Nancy Pelosi. It's a very rich area, Nancy Pelosi lives in that area. There's a lot of uppity people. They kind of feel like you owe them. They're entitled to something. Right. And and then it's the people that just waste their lives just sitting on the corner drinking coffee. We don't have the tables out there. They keep asking, when y'all putting the tables back? It's like, go do something with yourself, man. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? It's 6 a.m. You over here nagging about some tables. Sit your ass on the side or something. We be tired of people, man. People that come in. We have the table, so they can't come in anymore, which is great. That's why we were even more tired of them. Yeah. One dude was nagging about us not wearing a mask inside. Another one, they gotta have a mask to come up. Some people forget. They do the whole Super Bowl play thing where they just have a piece of paper next to them in front of them. Like, you calling it a play? You about to call it a play? What you doing? I know. Like, that does not help. That does not help me. That does not help you. It doesn't help us. Yeah, I got so tired of coffee people, man. Oh, man, I got so tired of coffee people. Yeah.
What was your worst experience?
With coffee people?
One story
specifically. Yeah.
I'm trying to think because it's like uncle trauma. I block it out of my mind.
That goes back into the vote.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, it's something so simple. Like it's something so simple. Like when they came out with the unicorn frappuccino at Starbucks, and there was this thing that just looked super colorful. And what nagged me the most, this ain't one of the stories, but what nagged me the most, as soon as I called it out, people just stopped and they always took a picture of it, and I just wanted to shoot up the place. I don't know. It sounds so silly, and it sounds like a personal problem, but I make it it's everybody problem but mine. I'd be like, man, y'all fucking making me so mad. But let's see, which one is a crazy problem? Oh, this is the customers I hate. So I did drive-through, and it'd be like 9 p.m. and they come back with a drink they got at 8 a.m. and they like, hey, y'all made this wrong. Could y'all remake it? It looked like you put sand and water and just mixed it up. And Starbucks is such a people pleaser. We always have to remake it. And I feel so stupid. It's like, you insulted my intelligence. You mean tell me you held this bitch for 9 hours, 8 hours, and you gonna come back here and get a free drink on us? Yeah, hell no, I can't believe you. Those are people I hated the most, and we always did it. I wish I could tell them something about themselves. I could never do it. I hated it.
Is that like a company policy at Starbucks? You have to remake it no matter what?
Yeah, I mean, my shift lead, they were always, Santa Clarita. They're just people pleasers. I guess I don't know if that's a policy, and that's probably why I never moved up. But they were always. It seemed like a policy because every time somebody did it, it was like, just remake it. It's like, nah, let's hold our ground. You just like, you the new cop. Right. You the new cop trying to do everything. And they like Denzel. They like, yo, we cut corners. So yeah, I hated those. I guess that must be a policy. That must be, huh? Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I hated those people, man. I hate those people. So
Yeah.
much.
So
So much.
before we move on to the next question, I just want to ask: did anybody catch when he said about the uncle thing about memories?
Yeah.
Yes, I caught that shit.
Yeah,
I
that's
paused
not
real
me though.
quick.
That wasn't me personally. That was, you know, how everybody always has like some uncle problems in
Yeah.
life. Most people. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was just like a good example. I was trying to think of a close example of like something traumatic, and you just block it out. And that's how it is with Starbucks.
No,
Every time I go,
I just
I,
paused real quick. I'm like, did this man say like uncle? I was like, wait, what? I wanted to interject, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna let him finish the story. I'll talk about that shit after because that was a good one.
yeah, bro. I ain't got no uncle problems.
Neither do I.
Yeah, I ain't got no uncle problems. That's
Wait, but
hilarious.
yeah, but before we move on, and sorry for cutting you off, but I just need to know. All right, so I'm not a coffee drinker, but if I come into Starbucks and I just be like, look, I just want a regular ass coffee. Does it piss you off that I don't use like the verbiage like venti and all that other shit? Okay, I just be like, yo, bro, I just need a small regular ass coffee and that's it.
Nah, it doesn't. It doesn't because I work at Pete's now. It's just regular, you know, small, medium, large.
Just
It
regular.
doesn't. Yeah, yeah. So when people come up with the Starbucks lingo now, I am very petty. So I do like they come up with a tall, come with a tall coffee. I'm like, what? Say it again. Yeah, tall. I'm like, what size is that? You know, I know what they mean, but I just want them to know
He
that
points
the
at the
world
cup
doesn't
sizes
revolve around
behind
them.
him.
They're at peace now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know that the world doesn't revolve around you. But at Starbucks, when you said small coffee, I didn't trip off that. I never
Okay.
tripped off not using the lingo. I do trip off when you ask me suggestions, and I don't do that to bartenders anymore because I do be like, you're an adult, and you should like just know what you want, and I'm not
Right.
here to like give out. I'm so snobby. It's very subjective. That's what I always say. It's very subjective because we're all different, and I give them the suggestion, and they go with something else. It's kind of wastes my breath.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very true.
yeah. Hate
Do
these
you
coffee.
like which coffee do you like better, Starbucks or Pete's?
I like Pete's coffee.
Okay.
Pete's coffee is pretty strong. Because I work there and I get like a little plug, a little jug on the coffee. I just go and get me like I get an espresso chai with oat milk. I sound fancy to the bitch.
You sound fancy.
You
That
do.
sound fancy as shit.
That's a hella fancy. Yeah, espresso chai with oat milk. Yeah, that was the good shit right there. Another thing that nagged me real fast. Another thing that nagged me with Starbucks. They're known for frappuccinos. We're not known for that as Pete's. So we don't have that. We don't have kids. I hate kids in coffee shops. I don't like that.
Oh, I never thought of
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I don't like that because it's like this might be an older, younger person thing because it's just something I never did. Like growing up, we never hung out in coffee shops, and that was the thing as a kid to grow up and drink coffee and be at coffee shops. So yeah,
Yeah, that
Is-
in like the suburbs, like growing up here, it was like that was the shit to do. That was like the going to the mall. It's like, oh, you can go to you're going to Starbucks. Oh, like living the dream, you know? Like that was all like like probably 13 to 15-year-olds did, before they got a license in Santa Clarita. And it's just like I did it too, but then after I don't know, something about like when I turned 16, I was just like, wait, this shit is like actually disgusting. And it like it physically made me ill, and I was like, I don't think I need to be drinking this anymore.
man, all the fucking kids going to Granary Square, going to Orchard Village, and I just hated seeing those high schoolers, just big loads just coming through, getting frappuccino everywhere. I was like, oh man, I hated it.
Like, here we go.
Damn.
I didn't really get big into coffee till my late 20s. Other than that, I was just a basic coffee drinker. My favorite coffee I do enjoy, which is from Starbucks, is a cold brew with cream. Cold brew with cream. No sugar, no nothing, just that. And to me, it's fucking tasty.
It's
That
delicious.
sounds good.
Yep.
And I drink coffee like a serial killer, so I just drink my shit black. No sugar, no cream, no fucking nothing in it. Straight serial killer status.
Black like me.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
just like the book. Yeah, just like the book.
Right.
Like me. That's hilarious.
I'm gonna keep my distance away from D now. I don't know. I don't know if Mark told you, but there's always an ongoing joke of me messing around with Black Twitter, and that's usually me
Yeah.
targeting D. just because me and him are good friends. Now I'm gonna stop. I didn't know you drink coffee black, bro.
You never know what people going through internally.
You never know.
Yep. Now, how much scoops of coffee you put in there, D? Like, how many? I need to know how many scoops. I need to know if it's like motor oil thickness.
It has to be motor oil. Like,
Oh,
have you all ever had like Cuban coffee?
Ooh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I was in Cuba, their coffee is strong as shit. I just want to just let y'all know, and it's literally like mud when you go there to Cuba, and that should keep you up for like 2 days, like straight. So I fuck with my coffee like that.
I like that. That's good.
Just give
I feel
D
like we
Cuban coffee
always-
for the rest of his life.
Yeah, we always end up talking about Cuban coffee somehow.
Yeah. Shout out to
Nah.
Cuba.
Oh yeah, big shout out to Cuba. Cubano aquí. Cubano.
Oh,
There you go. Oh shit, there we go.
Look at this guy.
And low key, Cuba fucking loves Americans. I just want to throw that out there too. 'Cause
Really?
When I was out there for 6 weeks, they fucking love us, dude.
Are you sure it's not because you're black?
It probably is because I'm black,
Yeah.
but they fucking love
They probably like American celebrities.
Yeah,
No,
they'll be
they
like,
fuck with me. I was in people's homes chilling, eating with the family and shit. Like I was looking good.
Okay. The king is here.
Right.
He walked in, they gave him a fucking cape and everything.
I
Sit
know.
down, Your Majesty. Enjoy this meal. Enjoy this cup of coffee.
Right, but that's just the culture out there. They're super friendly like that.
Yeah.
Well, at least to me or to black
Right.
people, maybe.
Yeah.
yeah, because
Yeah,
I know
that's
that
it.
they always say you should be like weary of traveling to a place like Cuba because some people don't harbor like good views of Americans, but maybe it just you got a good batch.
Yeah.
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 I think it's
I mean,
best if
yeah.
you speak Spanish, you're fine out there. Or it's just, if you look like an athlete, like an NBA, then you're fine out there.
Right.
But if you're Mark walking down the street, you might get robbed.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, you know, I thought that too. I thought that too. I have a white sister. She went out there once they were able to go out there, and I thought they was gonna rob every tourist that came through that bitch. But everything,
Right.
it sounds good. It sounds good. Seems like everything's going well. So yeah, that's good.
You have a white sister?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Did she grow up with you?
No. That's my god sister. But we, genetics aside, you family. You know.
Oh, okay.
That's true.
I know.
100%.
I hate to always. Yeah, it's hard to just always explain that to people. So I just be like, yeah, it's my sister.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel you.
it just gets confusing when people say that sometimes because then you're like well, you're just curious. I don't know. I think it's just curiosity more than anything.
You're right, because I have a black sister too, and people get confused. I just say sister. I don't say sister one or sister two. I just say sister.
Right.
People don't know who I'm talking about.
Is there some people that look at you? Go ahead.
Sorry for you for having to live with that many women growing up.
I didn't. I just had to live with my mom. My family dynamic is very confusing.
How
It's
so?
it's a big ass Tyler Perry map. It's like,
Tyler.
and I say that because all his movies it's always a big family dynamic that has issues, and it's all over the place. It's not like a normal black family there. But I got like a sister and a little younger brother on my father's side. I didn't grow up in the same house as them. My late older brother, I grew up in the same house as him because we had the same mom, and that was pretty much it. But everything else is like, everybody lived elsewhere, grew up elsewhere, and we just got the same blood kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, man, that's dope.
That's cool. Would you change anything about your childhood?
No, not anymore. One thing I changed about my childhood. I can't believe it. One thing I changed is when I was in 6th grade, I proposed to this girl. And I'm like writing a little one-person show about this. I proposed to this girl because of that whole, how I looked at Boy Meets World and all that shit. I was like, I need to grow up with my romantic interests. I need to grow up with them from elementary school all the way to adulthood. So I thought that's how it's supposed to go. And I had like this first girlfriend, Chelsea, and it was like we were all opposites. Like she was in 8th grade, I was in 6th. She lived in Oakland Hills. I was in the flats. She went to this private school. I went to this public school. You know what I'm saying? And after like the first day, I proposed like a dumbass, and she broke up with me the next day, as she rightfully should have. And my love life's been a curse from then on.
It's like Romeo and Juliet right there. You don't gotta rewrite a one-person show.
Nah, man, it was bad, bro. It was bad. Yeah, I fucked up my. Yeah, I'm so stupid. I was like such a twinky thing to do, and I had to learn about myself. But yeah, that's what I'll change. I changed that.
Well, it's like there's no rules when it comes to dating. It's like nobody tells you what you should do and what you shouldn't be doing.
That's very true.
I feel like all of us did something stupid at the beginning.
Yep.
At the beginning, even as a young person.
Hell yeah.
As far as like dating, I fucked up a lot.
Okay. I didn't know it was dating.
13, though. You learned your lesson. You were like, all right, never again.
Good talk.
Sometimes you say some stupid shit, or you do something stupid, or you're just like, oh fuck, I just did that. And next thing you know, nobody texts you or calls you again. You're just like, fuck it, back to square one, I guess.
Back to square one.
Back to fucking Tinder.
When I was in 3rd grade, somebody told me, if you steal this girl's lunch money, it means that she'll know you like her. And I was like, all right, bet. And I did it, and I literally did. I wasn't even cavalier about it. Like I took it like inside her lunchbox. Like I got caught. I had to go to the principal. Like my mom had to sign some shit. It was so embarrassing.
All in the name of love. Huh?
Get the awkward conversation like, so why did you take her lunch money? You know that's wrong. Stealing is wrong. But I was told that she would like me if I. The fuck does that? Every parent probably heard the dumbest shit we said as we're kids, and they just looked at us like, "You fucking idiot."
I know. Oh, you ain't lying. You ain't lying.
Yeah. Well, when Mark said that, I thought that he like held the fucking girl at like gunpoint or some shit. It was like, give me your fucking money.
No, Mark is too suave. He'll probably be able to get the money by talking to her like, "Hey, sweetie, you got about like $2.10? That's my lunch money." "Yeah, I know, but you know, can I hold it for a little bit? You know." Fucking sweet talking, walk away with $2.10. Like, yo, how the fuck you just do this?
The Oceans will come to get it back, and I invested it already. I was like, no, I bought Doritos. I'm gonna flip them in my last period.
I'm upselling.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
With that, we're gonna go ahead and take a brief break and let Mark go ahead and get into the sponsor.
Shop Valerio is a online watch and sunglasses brand for men and women. And if you go to shopvalerio.com and use our code MARK.25, you get 25% off your purchase. That's shopvalerio.com and use the code MARK.25 for 25% off. Thanks for listening.
And we're back.
Yeah.
Love editing. Gotta love editing.
Yes, editing is a motherfucker.
Oh, fam, I was I pressed mute and it mutes everybody, and I was like, and then I unmuted. I was like, that was hella fast.
That's why we brought it up, because we knew like you was probably thinking like, what the fuck is going on?
Nah, I forgot. You that's smart. Yeah. No, you're right. That's good. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. What's next, Gary? What are you besides the next IT job hopefully coming in the future for you? What else are you looking forward to, or goals you got coming for 2020?
Oh, shit. I don't know about 2020, but I had a one-man show I was working on. Not that little one about the proposal to the girl. I had one that was called Chasing 18. I still have it, and it's about me growing up in Oakland, afraid I wouldn't make it to the age of 18. And it's comedic, and it's heartfelt. I feel like it touches people, and it's a overall analogy about life. As you see now, the Black Lives Matter and all that stuff.
Mhm.
It's a analogy now. You kind of where if you make it to any age, kind of thing. Every year you stress and stuff like that. But that's what I was working on before everything shut down. That's kind of what I'm going to try to keep working on. I'm trying to work on a script as well as write some stuff, write some shows. I get inspired by people. I watch interviews and kind of people inspire me that see them chasing their shit and they kind of don't have no direction, but they just doing it. And that's what I need. I need to just do it. And somebody will show me how I do it along the way. But if I just wait, I ain't gonna get nowhere. So I'm gonna just do that. Still do some more comedy. Still do some Zooms. Once I figure that out, if anybody wants to do some comedy, and I think that's about it. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it's just a lot of writing jokes and comedy and Zooms and trying to work on a special or something like that. That's pretty much it.
That's about it. You just gave me like a whole life plan, man. Like,
Yeah,
man,
that's fucking good.
It's like a roadmap to being the next Kevin Hart, and he's like, "Yeah, man, that's about it. That's all I got."
Right.
It sounds good. I just need to work on execution. That's the biggest thing in life is execution. And I realize I'm not that good at executing. Everything sounds good. It looks great on bulletin boards and all that shit.
Sure.
On little cardboards and all that. But I need to work on execution. So yeah, I say it a lot, and I just want to work on executing it. And yeah, man, my homie, we're trying to pitch a show to Netflix and Hulu or any streaming service. We're trying to pitch a show, and yeah, I've started LLC. That's what I need to do. Yeah, that's what it really is. I was supposed to start an LLC for a production company I want to do, and so I need to do that. Somebody knocked on the door, bro. I'm scared as a motherfucker, bro.
Oh shit!
Place is haunted.
This is live, man. Anything goes.
It's us at the door,
Yeah, we're here.
Open up.
Okay.
D, would you go to Seattle?
Hold on.
Yeah. Well, as we're waiting for Gary, yeah, I fuck with Seattle actually. I actually been there before. I was there for about a week.
I don't understand how you've been to every other city and country in like North America except Los Angeles.
Yes, because I don't fuck with Los
away.
Angeles, man.
Oh man.
I'm safe,
I got
guys.
too much shit. You safe? All right, there we go.
I'm alive. Yeah, it's my homie. Yeah, I was like, yo, who got a hit out on me? I ain't do nothing to nobody.
Right.
I'm scared, man.
Oh shit, could have been looters or some shit. You never know.
Coming for the
come to
towel.
the hotel.
Yeah.
Give me them damn towels.
Give me them. Not even.
Give me that fucking lamp.
There you go, the fucking lamp.
Hand me them light bulbs. This shit is live. You don't even know it.
Right. Oh shit. This is a great fucking episode.
Oh, this is fun, man. This is so fun. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of this. This is so fun.
No problem. No
Yeah.
problem.
But I have a question for you, Gary.
Yeah.
Sir.
So what made you start with stand up? I'm sorry.
What made me start with stand up?
Yeah.
I've always been like a goofy person in life. I think because I was the youngest. My brother and I guess the younger person's like the tension breaker, whatever. But anyway, I just always was like always making jokes and stuff like that. And I used to live in Brussels, Belgium when I was 20, and I stayed out there, and it was just so new to me. It was like my first time out of Cali. It was like just such a mind-blowing experience, and I realized I've been holding myself back this whole time, and I kind of just got homesick and just watched hella old school movies and all this shit. And I'm gonna eventually answer your questions. I'm going around.
You're good.
Yeah, and I sat there and I just really tried to think what I wanted to do with my life. And that was one of the things. I was like, I never tried stand-up. People always tell me I should try it. I'm funny. So I'm going to try stand-up when I get back. And I wrote all these goals down and shit. And yeah, and I tried stand-up when I got back. And yeah, I've been doing it for like 10 years. I started in 2010. And it's been a love-hate relationship because the politics of stand-up. And I kind of didn't like that. So I stopped doing it. And I went back to school when I was like 26 or 25. And so now I'm done with that. So yeah, I'm in it for good. Try to figure out where my lane is at, create my lane. But yeah, that's what made me try stand up, and it's been fun, man. It's a great time.
That's what's up, man.
Gary,
Yeah.
how old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did you go to Brussels at 20?
Like I get my godparents. They hit my godfather's sister lives in Brussels, Belgium, and she raised her kids out there. And they gave me that for that was for my birthday. Was that for my birthday? Or something like that. No, man, it's like this is a crazy story. But my cousin DeAndre, I grew up with, he got killed. He got killed Martin Luther King Day on 2010. Martin Luther King Day, he got killed a month before his 21st birthday. That's kind of where the whole like Chasing 18 story came from. And then my godparents was like, we got something for you for your birthday. And I thought it was gonna give me a car because I thought I had just got my license. And they said they're gonna send you anywhere in the world, just pick a place. And I'd never been anywhere out of California. So I was picking all these MTV ass places like Florida and all that stuff in Miami. I had like a list, Galapagos Island, something crazy. And I remember him saying he had a sister in Europe, and I was like, how about Europe? And then I got the passport, went out there for 6 months, and they owned the whole building, had an empty apartment, gave me $1,000 a month. I was living the life out there.
Wow.
6 months, man. Yeah, it was crazy. Oh man, I got stories. I got friends that I still talk to that live out there in the UK or something like that, somewhere in Europe. And yeah, that was a big change in my life too. One of the big things. Yeah. It's fun, man. Had a good time.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was not
That's
bad.
so fucking dope.
Yeah. Red light district and everything. I got stories. for days.
Oh.
Oh shit.
You can't say that and not share.
Oh,
yes,
red light
exactly.
district.
You have to.
Do y'all know what the red light district is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do,
Oh,
but
okay.
for the people listening, can you explain it to them?
Oh,
Sure.
for the liberals out there. The red light district is in Amsterdam. Amsterdam is known to be a little more ahead of its time when it comes to legalizing weed and stuff like that. It's not only the place where Anne Frank hid. It comes like legalizing marijuana. You got cafes you can smoke in. They kind of legalized a lot of stuff. I think you can take mushrooms legally or take pills legally. And red light district is illegal prostitution. They have these windows where all these ladies are at, and you kind of at night you see the red lights. They're everywhere, man. I swear it's crazy. They're everywhere. And it was 50 euros there. I did it in Brussels, and they had a little one in Brussels that was 40 euros, and I had did that. Yeah, and that's legal. That's pretty much what the red light district is. And it was fun, man. It was interesting. It was interesting to do. It was an interesting experience. You want me to tell you my experience? Is that what you want to hear?
Hell
Yeah.
All
right.
You said an interesting story. I want to hear about the most interesting one.
I wasn't that interested, but okay. So it was interesting in the way that I was like, they was going to tell me about the culture, and I was hella shy. So this dude was showing me, you look at these women, they just in the window. And I just couldn't even look. I was laughing, looking at the ground. I was like, what? I can't even look right now. He's like, look, you gotta look at them. You know what I'm saying? They're like PS4s in the window on Black Friday. and they look good, man. They had like this black light on them and it's like bras that glow in the dark, all that shit. They was chilling. And you have to do the hand gesture, like just say how much. And they'd be like 4-0. And he'd just keep going. And we went down the block. And then I had marked one in my head. And then he was like, it's some cheaper ones elsewhere. And we go to a different block. It's all these black ladies, right? They 25 euros, right? But they remind me of my aunties and shit. And so I was like, they were like old. I swear to I don't want to, I know doing this movement, I don't want to make these jokes, but this lady was in there. I swear she was watching the Jeffersons on the TV in the window. I swear. She was in there watching the Jeffersons on a little ass TV. And she looked like my aunties, just like my aunties now at this age. And I was like, man, let's hurry up and go back to the other block already. Right. You know what I'm saying? This is bad. And I couldn't find the other one that I wanted. She was busy. So as you see the curtain closed, that means they're busy. And they ain't got no be right back sign and shit. So So I saw another one. She did like this tongue action at me. And I was like, let's do her. Let's do her. and you go through the side door, and it's like a bed at a hospital with the curtain that like just curves and just blocks that one bed off. And it's a person sitting there, the cleaning lady. She's like, oh, she's here for cleaning afterwards. And it's such clockwork, that, and I'm so used to foreplay. So she's like, take off your shirt, and she leaves. And I'm like sitting there because I'm used to foreplay, like kissing, and like,
Right.
and she comes back, she's like, take off your shirt. And I was like, all right. And I take off my clothes. And she puts the condom on for me, and she's like, starting to give me head, which I did not feel. It's like, I ain't
Right.
never had head with a condom on. Yeah, all you feel is
That's
just warm.
trash. Right.
Straight trash. I know, bro. I hate. I mean, I don't. She been working all day. I don't want to.
Right.
Mhm.
I know what she did it for, but it was just useless. So after that, she was like, "What style you want to do?" I'm like, "I like doggy style," and I swear. I was showing nothing but teeth in the mirror. I was smiling so hard while I was doing doggy style, just big ass smile on my face. And I came so fast. It was before you even you get 15 minutes, and I feel like they should have gave me they should have gave me the money back, or they should have gave me the difference. You know what I'm saying? Give me back at least 30 euros, because I only did 10 euros worth of work. But afterwards, I came, and I remember, this is so crazy. I remember my homie in high school, Namari, he was talking about when you bust. He was like, when you bust, he's like, just keep going, you get hard again. So that's what's in my head, right? I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna keep going and get hard again, And I tried to do it, and she was like, she stopped me. She's like, did you come? I was like, yeah. And she was like, okay, well, don't keep going because that'll get me pregnant. I'm like, I'm sorry. And then, so we stopped, and then she cleaned me up, and I'm putting on my clothes, and she just talked to me like a person. Where you from? California? Oh, nice. You ever been this? You ever been here before? No? Okay, yeah. She was so nice, gave me a kiss on the cheek, and then I left, and that was it. It was crazy. It was a crazy experience. I couldn't believe I did that. I was telling my homies back here, it's like, oh, you hooked up with a prostitute? I'm like, nah, bro. It's like a real it's like a, it's
like a
legit.
business.
Yeah, you feel me?
It's
This ain't on E14. This ain't one on Lancashire. This ain't one on, you know what I'm saying? This is like a real. She got papers. This is good. This is what the presidents do. Politicians do. I was on that level, so yeah, it was a good time, man. I had a good time. I wouldn't do it again, but yeah, it was great.
No, but
What we do when we're young.
Yeah, but they maybe need to fucking legalize that shit in America. Maybe it'll take a lot of stress off of a lot of people that's going through this shit right now. Well, I don't know. I'm just talking shit.
Just stress in general. It would probably help.
Nah, we can't do that. I mean, maybe, I don't know. They'll be like, people argue oh, it'll take away from rape and all that stuff, but then it just increases kidnapping into the sex trafficking. So,
that's true.
Mm-hmm.
All that shit happens, and it gets back page comes back and all kind of shit.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it'd be crazy. I don't know. I ain't got no input on that.
No, I feel you, man. Plus,
got
we're
no
still in the Me Too and cancel era, so it's like we can't really say too much,
Yeah, I don't want to say. Yeah. This is allegedly.
Right, allegedly that happened.
Allegedly that happened.
You can save anything when you say alleged.
Yeah, that's real talk. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I had one more story. My fault. Just let me know if I'm
Go
going
for it.
No, go for it.
Do you?
Me and this porn star, we were in the same hostel together.
Oh shit.
Her porn name, y'all can look her up. Her porn name is Lily Labeau. It's LILYLABEAU. And
On my way.
Lily Labeau. She's a cool white girl, and I think her government name is Lacey.
Your government name?
You gonna give her a government name?
I mean, that's because it was like, so look, it was like I was in Paris, right, and I get to the hostel. It's like 3 in the afternoon, and I was so tired, and I wanted to take a nap, so I get in the bed, and then this person comes in the room, and I was like, oh, hey, what's going on? I found out she's from Arizona, and I was 20, she was 19 at the time. And I was like, oh man, somebody from the somebody from the U.S. I was like hella happy, and telling her what I was doing there, and I was like, "What do you do?" She's like, "I'm a model." I was like, "Oh, what kind of modeling do you do?" She's like, "I do porn." I almost jumped out that bed. I was like XXX porn, and she's like, "Yeah." And we hung out for a little 3 days. I was there, and we went to a porn shop, and she knew all these porn stars on the cases and everything, and she was talking about porn so technical. It was crazy. It was like, she's like, "You know this director?" I was like, "Hell no, I don't know that director."
Right.
You feel me? I'm watching porn for different reasons, and, and all kind of stuff. She's telling me all these scenes she did. It was crazy. It was just like talking to a unicorn. I had so many questions. You know?
Right.
It was nutty. No pun intended.
I like that.
So I
It was
found her on
nutty.
Pornhub.
Anyway, it's
She ranks
she's on there, bro. I haven't spoken to her since, and that was in 2010. So that was a long time ago. But I still have photos and videos of us hanging out together. I'm sure she'll remember me, but I tried to smash, and she didn't want to do it because she had a boyfriend, and I was so. That's how I didn't. I didn't know they separate their personal life and their work. I was like, just like a little practice for you. This ain't nothing. A little practice.
Right.
Yeah, and that was pretty much it. I kind of left, and that was it. Yeah,
Over 250 movies.
She's great. Yeah, you looking her up. Yeah,
I told you I was looking her up. I fucking found it.
I'm giving her
She
fans,
ranks
man. I hope she puts
512 on Pornstar rate and Pornstar rank in Pornhub. It tells me where she's birthplace is Arizona, like you said. That's how I confirmed it, and she's 5'9", so she is 3 inches taller than me.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
she's great. She seemed like a tall person back then. I don't know if I don't remember, but she seemed tall. Maybe just because I put her up on a pedestal.
Right.
Such a high pedestal, you know. Yeah, it was great, man. She was cool.
I'm fucking reading this shit. It's making me laugh. She can do girl-on-girl erotica, sexuality, making out with first-time curious teen cuties, or passionately mouth-loving some mature and sweaty MILF muff. That killed me right there. MILF muff.
MILF muff. What the fuck is MILF muff?
I don't fucking know.
They have her Instagram on like her website, and it's pretty much a porn star's Instagram. And then there's just this like random picture of Trump Tower in Phoenix, and I'm just like, it's very out of context.
It's bad. If you put, hold on, let me see, man. I'm gonna try to put her in France. It's like a photo of her in France, and I'm like, I saw it one time, and I was like, "Hey, I took that photo." That's all I was.
Oh shit.
I was like, "I took that photo."
Where's my photo cred?
Yeah,
Right.
where's my photo cred? She's still on my Facebook. I got a Facebook picture of her. I hope I don't get sued. I got a Facebook picture of her with like, she just had like bra and panties on, and she was like, I was like, can I take this picture? She was like, "Yeah, go ahead." I was like, "Oh, what?" It was so cool.
You know what's funny is that like on Facebook now, that's just like a norm.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was ahead of her time, and she's supposed to take me to the Adult Film Awards afterwards that same year, the next year. And we never linked back up. I ended up going, but I was like, "Oh," she's like, "I'm gonna introduce you to my friends." I was so excited, bro.
Oh, that's dope.
This was his way into the adult
Straight up.
entertainment industry.
Hey, yeah, I could have, fuck the tech world. I could have been straight in the
Right.
in the adult film world. I would have been in that bitch.
Hell yeah. You'd have been like the guy interviewing the people on Casting Couch and shit.
Yeah. You know how to suck a dick? Well, pull my pants down. This is the
Right.
One of us,
Right now.
Mark be like, "Yeah, my boy's gonna be joining. We're gonna interview my boy. This is what he does. Okay, cool." Totally skips the fact you do porn, and we're like, "Wait a minute, I seen you before."
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I do a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Little cameos here and there.
Cameos.
Cameo here and there. Now I'm looking at her. Shit, god damn.
You gonna hit her up after this? Like, "Hey, how you been?"
I'm like, "Hey, what's up?"
I know. Hey, you 30 now? I'm 30. What's up?
Yeah, like, fuck it.
Wow, she's so great. That's great. I'm happy for her. I was always impressed. I always looked forward to her career. I'm glad she got moves down. I always just support my friends. No matter what field you're in, I support you.
No, I
That's
feel you.
what's
That's
up.
how you
It's all
gotta
about
be.
love.
You gotta
Yeah,
support people.
I supported her immediately. Some other niggas, I ain't buy their CDs, but her,
Right.
I supported right away. You kidding me? I supported her right away. You already got my vote, girl. Say no more. Yeah, it was crazy. That's funny. Wow. I can't believe that. I cannot
Oh
believe.
shit.
Yeah, that was fun. That was good times, man. I had good times.
Yeah, man. It looks like you had an amazing fucking life, man. You know, being cool to fucking porn star, red light
All
district. Like you the
before
fucking
30.
man.
I, hell no, I ain't the man, man.
Nah,
That
you
was
the
yeah,
man.
that was that was great times, and I'm very grateful, and I understand that like not everyone does that, and I don't take it for granted. But you just gotta always chase for something.
Yeah.
Gotta always chase something. So I kind of just try to keep it moving,
Yeah, of course.
and yeah, that's pretty much it. It's been fun. Yeah, sometimes you just keep moving so much, you never get a chance to look back on it. So you get back and reflect on it. You be like, wow, I really done some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
that's true. We get so caught up into like what our goals are and like all the shit we want to do that you forget like, oh, like I did all this. Like that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
And that's my problem. It's like sometimes I get caught so far in like the journey of what's going on that I never really look back and see the things that I really accomplished. So
right.
it's
Yeah.
always good to kind of like, look back, look in the rear view mirror, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Very important. Very important. Man, this is fun, man. This has been fun.
Yeah, same thing. Does anybody have any more questions for Greg, or do y'all want
Yeah,
to wrap
Gary,
this up?
where can they find you? Post all your
Where can they find me?
Facebook,
I'm
Twitter,
on
whatever you got.
I'm on IG at G for all of you, and it's the number 4 and the letter U. And that's the same thing on Facebook. I don't do Twitter. I don't do TikTok. I don't do Snapchat.
There you go. I don't either.
Yeah, I'm gonna delete Facebook eventually as well. But for now I'm on those two, and yeah, come holla at your boy, man. If y'all up in Seattle, I don't know if y'all got anybody out here that listen to the podcast. Anybody in Seattle?
You never know.
Man.
You never know.
Yeah.
Hit me up, man. We out here.
And I also post all your stuff, all your social media and stuff in the description too. So I'm gonna look out for you.
Yeah, and look out for Lily Labeau.
There we go.
She's doing big things in the world, and shout out to her.
I might fuck around and add her in the description.
All right, Mark, you gotta let it happen. We gotta do an interview with Lily Labeau.
Yeah, man.
Hey, let's go. If I could try to hook it up, oh man, she probably got an agent and some more shit, but I could try my best.
Oh man. Gary, you want to take it home?
Go ahead, Gary.
What?
Close it out. Whatever
Close
you
it
want.
out
For us.
How y'all do it? How y'all do it? What y'all do?
This has been another episode of Incompetent Nerds. That's it.
Oh, okay. Hey, all right.
You can say whatever you want. Add your own twist to it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, do it.
I'm about to Floyd Mayweather me and shit. I'm out here nervous and all right. I just do it. Hey, y'all, I appreciate y'all listening. This has been another episode of Incompetent Nerds. I hope y'all stay safe out there. Stand up for what you believe in. And just give good to the world, man. Good vibes and good energy, man. Y'all take care of yourselves. I appreciate y'all for letting me do this. It's been fun. So fun.
Yeah, likewise. And there we go.
Thank you for joining. And thank you guys for listening. Peace.
Peace.